Just gonna turn this down a little bit. All right, who do we got right off the bat? KP Heathen, always coming through first and foremost. Greetings from Pennsylvania. Rip Curl Readiness, hello from Southern Oregon. Hey, what's up? I guess Central Pennsylvania here. Welcome, gentlemen. So we got and I got 2 likes. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That had to be you, so I appreciate it. First question: is this coming through clear? This is the second one I'm doing. If it's coming through clear, just let me know. Say clear or all good, audio, visual. If the music is too loud, also let me know. I'm gonna try to maybe have that going on in the background. Just because I know it can get a little boring listening to me drone on and on about what's going on with me. This is actually copyright-free music, so hopefully y'all enjoy. 5x5, thank you very much. Edith Wallace, hello from Merritt Island, FI. Is that Fiji? I'm guessing? I don't know. I'm really bad with my states, territories, and etc. But Devil Dog Prepper, hey, what's up, buddy? All right, this is actually pretty good flow of people coming in here. I appreciate everybody showing up. Oh, excuse me. Florida. Oh, I guess that is an L, isn't it? Looked like an I to me. All right, Fort Merritt Island, Florida. Well, an island, I'll tell you what, I wish that I was down in Florida enjoying the beautiful weather. It is cold up here in Pennsylvania already. Don't really want to say cold, it's fall. So it's cold to me. Most people think that it's kind of still warm, but I'm not a fan of the cold. What's up, Joe Morgan? Thank you very much, Rip Curl Readiness, for sharing it. I appreciate that greatly. So again, I don't know if anybody can hear that music in the background. If it's coming on too strong or not enough, you can't hear it at all, just let me know. Just figured it's a little something to break up the monotony. You can turn me blue. Honestly, I don't know how to do that, but I'm about to find out, I think. I don't want to put anybody in timeout. Hide user. Add as a moderator. Managing. See, there's some of this stuff. I'm so used to just making videos. Alright, I think that's the right kind. I believe. Did it right? Let me know. If I didn't, also let me know. I'm not used to doing the lives as much, but somebody was telling me that I definitely should because, I make these videos and I'm a little bit more blasé speaking off of a script, whereas live I just sort of spit stuff out. I'll help you out too if you need. Thank you very much, Devil Dog Prepper. Well, you know what? I might as well since I figured out how to do it. Alright. Yeah, I know I had, who was it? Mad Shad. One of the first lives I was on his, he made me a moderator and it popped up. I was like, I don't even know what this is. So it was sort of one of those things, I just saw it pop up. He was like, Penny. When I was Penny Prepper, he was like, Penny, I'm gonna make you a moderator. Popped up. I was like, oh, I don't even know what to do. I guess you're just basically making sure. Yeah. You too, KP? You want to be a moderator? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what all that does. I'm guessing it just means that you see somebody being a little naughty in my chat, you can sort of get it out of there before everybody else does. Yeah, Mad Shad, he's definitely interesting. I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to him one-on-one or anything, but get out there, talk to people, and really ruffle feathers in a way. But I guess the better way to put it would be start kicking up dust in the mind of people, so then they can start thinking for themselves. So you can hide or unhide stuff or put people in timeout. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a moderator for like 1 or 2 channels, I think, and so far I haven't put anybody in timeout yet because I honestly, I don't know if it's other people that get to it first, but I flat out don't see any comments so far that are really timeout worthy or anything that, nothing too crazy so far. Oh my, I dribbled on myself already, and this is Gatorade, blue Gatorade, that's it. So, yeah, all right, so time for Snafu Sunday. I just came up with that the other day. I was thinking about doing a live because I'm off the next 2 days, so I figured why not do a live. I've been pretty tired lately, been going for runs almost every day. It's something I need to work on. And yeah, well, I mean, I have met some, I don't want to call them crazy. I have met some people that have wildly different opinions of things and people who have not really thought things through. Um, but you know what? That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to help people learn and get better. If somebody does have one of those wild conspiracy theories, they're theories until they're proven fact. Some people thought that the whole aliens thing was absolutely bonkers, and now you have the government admitting it. So, who's to really say? All right. All right. So almost 7 minutes in already. Feels like it's just been a minute or so. All right. So Snafu Sunday. The reason that I named it that, for anybody who knows what snafu means, situation normal, all up. Basically, obviously, with what's going on lately, things are a little nuts. It's not quite SHTF for us, but it's definitely something to look at because it can obviously happen here. Things like that have happened here, where we've had terrorist attacks on home soil, and it's just truly and utterly astounding what has happened over just the last week. You went from an unprecedented terrorist attack to now, we have people, after that attack happened, you have people who are criticizing the response to it while people are trying to get their people. I'm not here to get political. I'm not on this channel for that. I don't like to talk politics, but I more or less bring this up to the topic of it's really a shame to see people going after each other over their ideologies. People that don't even have a dog. That's when people really need each other more. So, hopefully, obviously, again, I'm not here to discuss who's right and wrong. I'm not here to say which side is which. I'm just here to say it's a darn shame. And I would hope that if something like that were to happen here in today's age, I would hope that people would come together like what happened in 2001. People came together from all over the world. People showed their support. And it seems like now people just want to tear each other down. I don't know if it's the fact that there's all these outlets and all the media going around that just sort of seems fake in a way. But even with this AI stuff coming out, I mean, I keep seeing videos of celebrities or whatever, and they're surprisingly very clear, and you think that it's a real picture. So it's always something that you got to have in the back of your mind, what's really going on. But again, I'm not here to talk about that necessarily. One of the things I did want to talk about was the fact that I haven't really been as present as I would like to be on the channel. I know I talked about that last week. I think tomorrow I'm going to try to go out. I'm going to try to record a little hike workout in the morning, or I try to go after shift. It's exhausting, and switching the shifts all the time, dealing with the public in emergency situations is just a little tiring. Envisioning what the bad guys want. Yes, that's very true. The only thing I fear, people stand united and help each other become self-sufficient. You're right. The camera on selfie mode or landscape mode? I have it up and down. That's what YouTube recommended for this. I'm guessing probably because it's first it's probably going to be easier to read the comments, and I don't know why else it would recommend it. And there's some other options down here. I don't really want to screw with them too much. Let's see what this was. Save highlight. Mute microphone. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Phone is so easy to do whatever. Yeah. Oh, I can start a poll if I want to. What's this do? Oh, I can do filters. Comments, top chat, live chat. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Again, this is the second time I'm doing the YouTube live thing just because I wanted to give it a try. Normally I use StreamYard, especially if I have another person on. But this was an impromptu kind of, excuse me, I just ate dinner, so yes, it is a learning process. And I'm pretty behind the curve actually as far as the lives and the shorts. I only started my channel back in January. I've seen a lot of other people that started after me that have had great success or have over 1,000 subscribers already. I'm still at 150, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 154. But you know, it's been one of those things where, again, I'm not really here for the subscribers. I'm not here to get monetized necessarily. I started this as a way to get myself better in my preparedness, and so far I've done a good job. When I get to my year mark, I think that I'm going to do a progress video. I'm not going to, like I said from the very beginning, restricting stuff. Oh, that'd be nice. I know. I don't know if I'm necessarily getting restricted or shadow banned or whatever some of the people are calling it. I just think that honestly, my content is when I go off script, it's a little blasé, and I get it. I have a deeper monotone voice. I actually try to increase my voice a little bit, make it more nasally when I'm doing the other videos, but exactly. Thank you, Double Dog. Yeah, that's honestly the whole reason I made this channel, was to push myself, and I do have a few set skills that I keep saying to reconnect. So far it's been 10 months, and I've been doing a lot better with my preps. I just rotated out on my water. I have gone through the stuff that I bought in COVID when I was just sort of buying stuff to get a stock, like canned beans and ravioli, which I gotta admit, I do love going through the ravioli. But you know, it's one of those things where now that I'm going through things, I'm realizing, oh, I need to think further in the future. And instead of buying a can of ravioli, I might buy a bag of Mountain House, or if I can find it, you know, any freeze-dried food. So instead of lasting 2 years, possibly, it's going to last me 25 plus. And really, that change came because I was going to make a video on my storage of food. And I thought, you know, yeah, it's good to have this stuff for short term, but what about, you know, people who are prepping for the long term? And that's really where that came in. And I didn't have to rotate stuff out as much. It's been a learning process, and it's funny because I've always been in the preparedness mindset, being a firefighter, EMT, being in corrections, security, stuff like that. And it's just so funny because I thought I had it all figured out. Obviously I didn't. And just making little mistakes or finding ways of improving stuff, even people commenting in my videos, has helped. And you know, if somebody gives me constructive criticism, hey, I'm all for it. It's when people are just like, oh, that's a stupid idea. Okay, well, what do you got that's better? I don't know, that's just stupid. I don't really care about that. So back to the deer. I do want to go hunting this year. My plan is, last year I got laryngitis right at the beginning of rifle season, and I had planned it all out. I was going to go out to a camp, and I was going to go. I got a 30-30 from my father. My plan was to go out with my father-in-law They have a camp, and I was going to go hunting with them. He was going to show me how to skin the deer and gut it and all that. Oh, all right, Double Dog, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes this does. It keeps saying reconnect every like 7 minutes or so. So I don't know if it's my connection or what. But yeah, my plan this year is to go out hunting. I want to get a deer, and I definitely want to get a deep freeze so I can store all that meat, and do whatever with it. You know, whether it's making burger or sticks or whatever. I'm definitely planning on going hunting this year. And then hopefully next year, if I learn how to do all that, I would love to go out for bow season and start that process. Not, I'm a good shot with a rifle. I just, last time I shot archery was in Boy Scouts, and it was against, sitting targets. I don't know. I'm not going to do it completely alone, no matter what the process is. I plan on going with my father-in-law. He'll probably go out and, he might shoot a deer, and I might have to take it back for him. And if I shoot a deer, I'm going to take it back for me. But basically, yeah, he'll probably show me how to, gut it and carry it out. He has a local butcher near the camp. And basically, that's the way that we're going to do it, if I can make it out. I have it set in my calendar, and I'm fully planning on going out, even if I have to try to take off a day or two. But again, who knows? My first time out there. I know a lot of people talk about the first time you get a deer in your sights, and they feel the heart start pumping away. Who knows? I very well could freeze up and miss. Who knows? I might not hit anything. So we'll see. I guess that'll be something I'll talk about closer to it. I saw XNYC Prepper got a deer. Gotta drink the blood of your first deer. Yeah, I've seen, what was it? Red Dawn. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. If I go with somebody and they tell me to, I've had worse, I'm sure. Filling your pantry and freezer is a great start for any prepper. Long-term stocks, still canning, storing rice, beans, etc. is next. Freeze-dried food and drying. I wonder if can I pin these? Pin message, what's that do? Yes, I can, awesome. Yeah. That's actually one of the very first things I did. When I first started, I went to cans, and after the cans, I started doing freeze-dried foods, and I was like, oh yeah, this is nice, it's gonna last for 25 plus years, but man, it was expensive. Going out, buying Mountain House, buying those big containers of, I forget what the brand was, but the stuff you buy at Walmart it's now $30, but it's like, it's probably really crappy, but you know what? You're hungry, you could probably eat it. But yeah, that was one of the first things I did. I went out to the, went out to the store. I bought 5-gallon buckets. I got Mylar bags on Amazon. I almost said MySpace. Got Mylar bags on Amazon. Got some oxygen absorbers. Took the rice home, froze it, let it not thaw out. I let it settle so the moisture wasn't in it, and then or the mites, and threw the oxygen absorbers in there in the Mylar bag, put it in the 5-gallon buckets, and sealed them up. And I also marked them all with the dates, times, whatever, not times, but dates. And I've got a pretty darn decent supply of rice and beans. Now the water storage was actually hand in hand with that. What I would do is I would go out after buying the rice, beans, and 5-gallon buckets. The next time I went out, I would buy water containers. And then I started out by using the bleach. And, that's something I've done before. But, it's tap water. You don't really need to do that. So I used less. And then I read about how, it can get less potent over time. So I'm thinking of switching to pool shock. You can use that in small quantities, last longer. But again, it's tap water. I don't think I would necessarily need to um, put anything in there. It's already got a base level of uh, chemicals in it that's going to keep it shelf stable for a couple months, and then I'm going to rotate it out anyway. So what does it really matter, you know? The tap water is going to last 6 months in a jug. Gathering, yeah, that's something I really wanted to work on this summer. I wanted to get out with a couple groups. Every time that I was planning on going out with a group to learn foraging, um, it seemed like I had to work or I had something come up. Um, that's definitely a plan I'm going to have for next summer. I'm going to really try to invest in my knowledge of wild edibles, and I'm also going to be gardening a lot more next year. I tried gardening this year. I didn't keep up with it. I had weeds. It was a bad time, but I still got cucumbers, tomatoes, corn. I was happy, but not as nice as I wanted it to be. Couldn't offer download recipes. Well, I actually do have a bunch of recipes already with my preps, but really with rice and beans, the only thing I'm really probably going to be adding to it is going to be stuff like sazon or adobo. If I have the cans of like gandules, stuff like that, and I'll throw that in there. But strong mulch helps with these. All right, I'll keep that in mind next year. I know one of the things I definitely needed to do was just flat out get in there, and I really should have planted things in a better order. I planted some stuff too close to one another. I planted some vegetables that are bad for each other right next to each other. I didn't really research the stuff that I was planting as well as I should have. So that's definitely a learning thing for next year. Yeah, I mean, here in PA, I don't really think it was a bad season. Hi, buddy. I don't think it was a bad season. It's just bad planning on my part, which is funny for a preparedness-based channel. But you know, I planted gardens before and had no issues. So I don't know if it was just the fact that the dirt I tore up, I didn't till it enough times, or I didn't weed it right when I had to. Oh yeah, that's actually one of the things that I put on my channel first was I think one of the first sentences I put on the channel when I first started out was, "Come with me along this journey of success and failure. You'll learn from my success and learn more from my failures." It was 85 by 65. Yeah, well, my garden wasn't that big for sure. Mine was probably more like 20 by 15. Buddy, get your nose out of there. Come on, back up. Yeah, I know, you're cute. Back up. Sorry. Needy German Shepherds. We have a large garden. Eating this and consuming. This year we did not have, we did a heavy duty weed barrier with very good results. Yeah, well, that was something that somebody suggested to me when I told them about my weed problem. When I had weeds in my garden, which was a problem, not a weed problem. But basically, come on, bud, gotta back up. Yeah, basically they said about making sure that I put a barrier down of some sort, whether that's plastic or whatever it might be, and cutting a hole out. Buddy, I love you too, but you gotta back up. You're too big. This German Shepherd is huge, and all he wants to do is be in my lap. Come on. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that for next year, I can really do it a lot better. One of the things I really got into, though, was picking, like, spring onions, finding them out in... I cut my neighbors' yards this summer. Some of them are having mobility issues and stuff like that, so I was going out cutting their yards, and as I was mowing, I was texting them, and I was like, hey, you know, mind if I grab some of these spring onions out of your yard, and they'd be like, I don't even know what that is. I don't care. Thought it was a weed. I'm like, okay, just yank it out. I filled a container with spring onions, cut them up, and actually fried some burger with it. Oh man, it was so good. And I know I was telling people about it. They're like, you did what with it? I'm like, yeah, I just fried it up like with onion or something. And I'll tell you what, it was banging. Like, I don't know if it was the fruits of my labor or what, but it was really good, and I'm happy that I did that. So, hoping next year will be even better. 3 AD Scout. Does that mean military scout or like Boy Scout or? But yeah, so almost 30 minutes in, almost to the end of this playlist. Hopefully it helped out a little bit. I think I had up to 8 people in here at one time. So before any of you guys leave, make sure that you hit the like button. I'm not leaving just yet. I just figured I'd throw that out there because that's something I forget to do on other people's videos a lot of times until they say it and I click back out, hit the like button. But every like helps me tremendously because I'm only at about 150 so subscribers. The more likes, the more comments, the more shares, the more people will get to see my content. And again, I'm not in it for the monetization or the subscribers. I'm in it to show people my unique perspective on things. What I'd really like to do, I know I talked about it last week, is build an IFAK, an individual first aid kit, and show you all my loadout, because one of the things that I noticed a lot of people put in their IFAKs is they don't have things like chest seals or nasal airways. They have things like Israeli bandages, which are great. Not saying that they're not. Thank you very much, Vision Preparedness. Vision, before you go, I wanted to let you know I sent you an email on Gmail, Outlook, and Yahoo. If you didn't get those, let me know. I'll just put it out here. Well, I have a Facebook page linked to my YouTube, or I don't know, I deleted some of them because of the name change, but find me on one of those, shoot me a message. 3rd Armored Division's Army. Okay. Alright, Scout. Send again, bro. I know you're gonna hate to hear this, but I actually sent you one on all 3 of those before as well. I think it must be an issue I'm having with my emails, because I sent a few emails to XNYC Prepper as well, and he only just got one of them the other day. It was the Gmail, and I sent him Outlook, Yahoo. I don't know if it's my emails just being screwy or what. So I might have to figure out a different messaging service or a different contact method, because I don't think that they're check my words out. Yeah, I don't know if it's just I don't know if my emails are just, I don't know, maybe they just don't like me anymore. But I can't seem to get, the only people I really keep in contact with a lot are the penny pinching prepper and Farmer's Son. I know those two I text every once in a while just to check in on things. I'll tell you what, I have been absolutely swamped lately. Almost every day I'm going out for a run. I'm not going out for a run. I'm doing push-ups, sit-ups, and all sorts of other stuff, and it's kicking my butt. But you know what? I have a goal, and I plan on reaching it. So somebody told me I should actually do a few videos on that, just because they see how hard I'm working, how hard I'm grinding, and they told me maybe I should throw that out there one of these days and see what people think of the videos. I dug through it. All right, awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily. I just feel like my email just isn't sending, or if it is, maybe maybe it's going to people's spam files. So I don't know. But yeah, so We're at the 30-minute mark. One of the things that I did want to talk about today, I think I already brought it up a little bit. I'm going to go up to the Appalachian Trail tomorrow. If not the Appalachian Trail, I'd like to go to one of the parks nearby and just sort of shoot a little video about the area. I know one of the parks I was actually at last week was Detweiler Park here in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, and it was a nice like 3 mile hike, just walking around, pretty flat terrain. Part of a tree preserve is there, and it's always a nice walk up there. You can see the mountains, but the Appalachian Trail, definitely excited to get back up there. After last time I went, it was to test out my, what was it? It was to test out my inch bag. That thing is hefty. It was to test out my inch bag, and it was all uphill. It was after a storm, and I'll tell you what, I must have come across 2 down trees that set my uphill time back by at least 15 minutes each, so a half hour total. And I'll tell you what, it was hard humping up that hill. And I never actually made it. I was going to camp out, and I had a turnaround point. I didn't make it there in time, and I had to turn around. And also another thing I kept running into, I ran into porcupines. I ran into, what else was up there? I saw a deer, a mom deer and a baby deer, and I didn't want to get between them because I didn't know what the mom deer might do. She might try to kick my butt. She just replied. I saw it pop up. I appreciate it. I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. I know I even tried getting on the website that you have, and for some reason it wasn't letting me send a message. But yeah, I didn't want you to think I was ignoring that what you said the other day in your video. So I appreciate you saying that and giving me some kind words. I am in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania's capital city. So it's really nice. Harrisburg, parts of it are very city-like, but just north of it, we have the Appalachian Mountains, and I am about 20 minutes from getting on the Appalachian Trail, and it's absolutely breathtaking up north a little bit. It's so crazy. Yeah, I know. That's what I know when I saw that you were in Ohio, which I know is also real because I've been there. But I know I went to Pittsburgh maybe a couple summers ago just to go to Permane Brothers one night, and it's not too far away from Ohio. It's just right across the border there. Montrose, if you heard of that. Montrose. I'm not sure, but I'm sure I could find it pretty easily. I don't know how far away Montrose is from Harrisburg, but that's the nice thing about Harrisburg. Almost all the roads either lead to Harrisburg, Philadelphia, or Pittsburgh. If you're out west, all the roads go to Pittsburgh. If you're out east, they either go to Allentown or Harrisburg. All the interstates pretty much pass you through here. So, yeah, I would definitely, if anybody here is from Pennsylvania, go ahead. Scranton, yeah, I know where Scranton is. Okay, yeah, it's just up north some. But yeah, if anybody here is from Pennsylvania, feel free to message me. I have a Facebook page for Pennsylvania Preparedness. You can hop on there, send me a direct message. Or I know I did have my email on the YouTube channel. Hey Dan H, how's it going, buddy? Your favorite YouTuber loves you. Away from here. All right. Florida right now. I'm usually flying to Allentown. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's also nice because I'm only 2 hours away from Baltimore. if I were to choose to go there. I don't always necessarily love going to Baltimore. Same with Philly. I just went there the other day, and as much as I love going to Philly, I love to stop there, and I got a cheesesteak. Um, I don't really like the fact that I'm not supposed to carry there, and I know most of the people that want to do me harm do have firearms. So, that's one of those things where I try not to go places that I know my Second Amendment rights are not looked down upon, we'll say. But, yeah. Um, Vision, I'm going to get with you once I'm done with this live. I'll send you a message back. I know I've been in contact with XNYC Prepper. Him and I want to do something together. Trying to get with most of the creators that I did lives with before, or just in general. Like Penny Pinching Prepper. I'd like to do something again with Farmer's Son. I had FSP. And I'd also like to get back together with Prepping with Sarge coming up here. But it's been a little hard, say, if I went to random streams and said daddy. Well, I don't think anybody reacted yet, but you definitely got a chuckle out of me. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want to start doing more lives. A lot of people seem to say that I'm more genuine and I flow a little bit better on the live stream, so that's something that if I can get to the point where I can have a topic ready and just start talking about it, I'd love to do that. I also love having other people on because you get that back and forth, not just looking at, share out, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much, Rip Curl. I really like to have that back and forth conversation with people because I feel like that's the most candid. It always feels weird for me to just talk to a screen because this has never been what I've been about. I don't have that need to put my face out there. I like to make people laugh and stuff, but I like to do that in person. I like to see their reactions right then and there. Very calm and nice. I'm glad you didn't act weird when I said. Yeah, I'm not the kind that jumps to. Should feel more natural for me too. Yeah, it's something that I'd like to start doing more. I feel like it's also better because people can interact more. The regular videos I make, I know I talked about it earlier in the stream that I just I increase my voice level. I do more nasally so people can hear me. That's actually something I picked up from being in how do I put it? In environments where people can't hear you as well. I naturally have a deeper voice. This is my relaxed, deep voice that I normally have. If I'm relaxed, this is how I talk. But whenever I'm at work, my octaves go up, and if I'm in let's say, a louder environment, my octave goes up even higher. I talk more nasally, and that's so people can hear me better. And I never really noticed it until I started. I started reading this book called Verbal Judo, and it really makes you reflect on how you interact with people. And it was really funny because when I started reading that book, I would actually stop myself mid talking with somebody, and I would evaluate how I was talking to somebody and be like, why is my voice so high pitched? And eventually I realized I did it because people would always say, what? And so we in Ohio, except you, the bug out week in May 2024. Well, you know what? I know I definitely got to get the date. And once, let me see, it's in May. I'm sure worst case scenario I can take off for it. I don't think I was able to take off for the one that we had, that you guys, the first one you had. I think that I had something else come up at the same time, and I just wasn't able to. But I'm definitely going to try to make it out for the weekend of that, even if I have to burn a couple days, because I don't take off much. I genuinely enjoy my job. I work for the public, and I enjoy that. I always say to people, if I won the lottery tomorrow and I didn't have to think about money, I would go into work the next day, I'd buy everybody pizza, and I would go in the next day with a smile on my face, just with the fact of knowing I don't have to worry about the money. And I'm just basically a public servant, and I love it. That's why I did volunteer firefighting. I had to get paid to be an EMT, but yeah, love it. Yeah. I don't know. Can anybody? Did you guys hear the music in the background? I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if it's cutting into any of the stuff I'm saying. Yeah, honestly, I've only had one job that I really didn't like. Actually, okay, I lied. Two jobs. I didn't like working in a pizzeria because I was 16 years old and I wanted the money without having to work. But, you know, it was my first job and it was a good learning experience. You don't hear any music. Turn it up a little bit. We'll see. Music is faint. Just enough, I hope. This is too much, let me know and I'll turn it back down. But, yeah. The other job that I absolutely hated was working for a prison. I did not like working for a prison. That was a terrible experience. Now you hear it. Good. It's not overpowering. All right, ex-NYC prepper. Hey, on his way to Florida. All right, getting used to these pin messages and stuff. I'm not quite up to awesome, perfect. And it's at 30, so now I know what to set it at in the future. But yeah, lost my train of thought. Oh, I hated working for prison. That was one of the worst jobs I ever had in my entire life. Would I do it again? Yes, I would, but I wouldn't enjoy it. Being in that kind of environment, not exactly a healthy environment. I definitely wasn't a fan, but I did enjoy knowing the fact it was during COVID too, so that might have had a bigger role to play. But I definitely like the fact that I was still technically protecting the public, even though they had no idea that I was doing it. But also there was a lot of turmoil going on at the time with riots. We actually had to lock down our prison a couple of times because of external threats and stuff like that. So yeah, it was definitely one of those things where I wasn't a fan. Got COVID 4 times. Absolutely wrecked my wrecked my health. So working Boulder Square third shift. You know, I worked third shift in a casino, and I didn't like the shift, but a lot of interesting stuff happens overnight in a casino. I mean, who am I kidding? Stuff can happen at noon in a casino, but that casino I have some incredible tales from. Maybe one day I'll share a couple, but they're not really. Most of the stories I have from the casino are not exactly things that I can just tell on live. I might have to censor it a little bit because you can imagine working in a 24-hour operation with gambling and drinking and drugs. Interesting. Well, one of my subscribers on here can definitely tell you I had a interesting time there. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should cover tonight. I just wanted to do this Sunday snafu to cover a little bit of what's going on in the world, obviously without getting too political, but also to remind people, hey, it can happen there just as easily as it can happen here. Obviously, we've had things happen here in the United States, and especially with the tensions as high as they are among, when you bring religion into it and you start going after people's ideology, that is really where you start to come into turmoil. And I'm not here to say anybody's religion is more important than the other. I'm not here to say anybody's right or wrong. If you believe in something, you know, hey, good for you. But when it comes to the point where your religion is making you violent towards others because they don't believe the same thing, that's where it starts to become an issue. So this is a time where we should all be coming together, no matter what your race, creed, color, ideologies are. This is the time that we should all come together and work things out. Um, I know somebody else said that's what they want. They want people to be torn apart because when we're divided, it's easier for us to fall. And it's sort of like in after 9/11. Uh, you saw the United We Stand shirts with the American flag. And I can't think of a more incredible example than that. You know, we went from something so unifying, and it was something where the whole world pretty much came together. And now we're seeing it in other countries, and it's the ideology is just ripping people apart, and it's sad. It's sad to see. But yeah. So if you're out there, I know ex-NYC prepper, you know, I feel for you. Being in New York, if you got to go through New York, hopefully you don't run into any big protests. Um, you know, especially with things going on in the subway. I watched your subway series, you know, and it was a little sad that, you know, there wasn't a little bit more sandwiches in there. I was thinking it was going to be a sandwich type of thing, not, you know, train subways. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it was some good information, and really one of the biggest takes I hope that people take from that is situational awareness. That truly, I feel like that's the number one rule for preppers is awareness, because once you become aware, you can start to take a look inward and sort of figure things out, but also it makes you start to notice things externally. Hudson Parkway, George Washington Bridge to Virginia. Awesome, yeah. But yeah, I feel like that is one of the biggest components of prepping is awareness, whether it's internal or external. That's external security and awareness, and internally making sure that not only are you prepared for what's to come mentally, but also just having the drive to get what needs to be done. So, you know, there's people out there that are into prepping, and their idea of having a plan is investing in precious metals such as lead and brass, which I love, but you know, that can't be your only plan. Is, you know, hey, I'm not going to have a garden, I'm going to take from my neighbor, or this or that, because how do you know that the neighbor isn't investing in the same thing? So, just something to think about. And you know, before I go, I definitely would like to let people know that if you have family or, you know, siblings or anybody like that that you're sort of in conflict with, I think that this would be a great time to try to resolve differences and try to you know, come together with them again if you're able to. I know I have some family that I don't think that they would necessarily approve of my 2A lifestyle. I mean, I think if they saw my hat, they would probably get rid of my Facebook. Amy truck for a pet. Amy truck for a pet. I'm not sure I quite understand that, Stitch. Yeah, small farm, that would be a great investment. But yeah, definitely, it's something where if you're able to make amends with people, you know, maybe even swallow your pride enough to listen to their version or their side, even if you think that they're wrong, because it very well could just be a misunderstanding. That's happened to me where I didn't understand what the person was saying until they explained it, and vice versa. And it's a shame to lose a loved one over something so trivial. So, all right, coming up on 50 minutes here. I'll tell you what, I am pretty bushed. So I think that I'm going to start wrapping it up unless any of you fine folks have anything else for me before I go. I know next to me I actually have another investment I just made as far as prepping and fitness goes. Trying to think of how to show it without messing up my setup here. I guess if I just unhook it, maybe I can just rotate this. Let's see if this breaks anything. Yeah. Okay. Got a new bike. All right. Good. Didn't fall apart. Ho. So yeah, got a new bike. That wasn't an invitation, Rex. Hey there, buddy. Okay, I guess not. But yeah, got a new bike. I'm gonna definitely be trying to ride as much as I can. I had to put it together myself. Came in a box, and honestly, I think I might have screwed up a couple things, but I got my tool set here, and once I'm done with the live, and after I respond to Vision Preparedness, I'm gonna try to get these brakes set up properly so I can actually hit the trails or just ride in general. Because right now I got the front brake hanging up, and once I figure that out, it should be all good. Yeah. Last thing I want to do is start hitting the trail and go up over the handlebars. I'm a little too big to fall off of a bike. It's gonna hurt a lot. But got a helmet, so yeah, not the kind of helmet I thought I'd be investing in at this stage of my life. I honestly thought it'd be like a ballistic helmet, but you know what? Maybe that's next. I think my local police department might think it's a little weird if I go around wearing a ballistic helmet, but you know, who knows? They might not even notice. But yeah, I'm gonna head out here. I'm gonna try to take a video tomorrow of me out on a trail. I might actually edit a video tonight. I went for a run the other day, and it was through a park. It's a little choppy, but I've been watching a lot of motivational videos lately, so maybe I'll try to throw some of that stuff out there as well, just to get that out there for anybody else that needs a little bit of motivation. I've been on a weight loss journey, and so far lost 20 pounds or so, and I'm going to lose a lot more. I plan on getting my shape up, not just round. So riding your bike, also maybe I'll bring it to PA. Yeah. So I'm going to head out for the night. If anybody thinks of anything they want me to cover in an upcoming video, topics, anything, some of my specialties are more medical related. I know Vision, I saw you always have those first aid kits behind you. I definitely would like to build my own and go over that with some people, just because of my background in emergency services. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I also need to learn more medical. Well, I got a wealth of knowledge in VFAC. That's what we do too. You know, in my head, I heard that exactly how you say it. Real quick question, Vision. What does the V stand for with that? I heard you say that. I was so curious. I was like, I couldn't tell if you said B or V. And I tried to look it up. Vision First Aid Kit. You know, I was racking my brain trying to think of what the V stood for, and I was like, the only thing I can think about is vision. And I was like, I would feel so dumb if I didn't ask. I was just like, oh yeah, V. I guess I could make a P-pack. It doesn't really have a good ring to it, does it? But all right, Rex. All right, I guess that's my cue. I'm out of here. Everybody stay safe, stay prepared, and stay good to one another. And have fun. Have fun with preparedness. I'll see y'all next time. Now, just got to figure out how to turn this off. This is it.